We could call this a bit of a mug of tea extra, actually. What's mug of tea? Well, I'll tell you exactly what mug of tea is. Mug of tea is a podcast that we do every single month over on our Patreon channel, where our patrons get to ask myself and Geo questions about. No, not that one. That's a different podcast called The Naked One about West Ham. That's what we discuss on Mug of Tea. And as ever, we always have a few extra questions which get submitted by you lovely lot. So we've taken one today, which is by very naughty boy Rob O'Keefe, who has asked the following question.
Rob has said, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being extremely confident, how confident are you that Lopetegui will get it right and the hammers will be flying?
Oh, it's mischievous, Rob, actually. It is. It's a bit of a naughty question, actually, because it's difficult to know. I've wavered. I have to say it's been a bit of a fluid thing for me, actually, because Lopetegui wasn't somebody that I wanted. I was a little bit cautious. I was also mindful of what happened with West Ham previously, particularly with David Sullivan, who'd said, "Well, hold on, you lot asked for Manuel Pellegrini. We gave you what you wanted, and it didn't work out." And because I always rallied against that, we knew that because we did polls, we used to do videos all the time before Lopetegui came in. Before Manuel Pellegrini came in, Pellegrini was never a first choice, never ever, wasn't even third choice. Let's put it that way. So I felt there was a certain need to just try and make sure that it was established that Lopetegui wasn't who the fans asked for, and I thought it was important to put it out there. And the reason I was worried that he was a little bit too cautious. And I was maybe a little bit too much like David Moyes. What happened was I found myself being sort of won over by him, but also being won over by reports, right? So what you'd hear is these reports, no, Lopetegui plays a possession-based game. And Lopetegui, he gets these wonderful attacking fullbacks. And the more you hear of that, you think, okay, as somebody that doesn't traditionally spend time poring over the tactics of his teams, when people who are more clued up than you start telling you that stuff, you're going to pay attention to it. Then he comes in and he gives it the old charm and the schmarm and the schmooze and all the stuff. I've started buying into all the training ground videos. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, this is a guy. He's got the schmooze factor. He's got a commanding presence. I was liking what I was seeing. I was liking the fact that he had opened up the doors and allowed the media team maybe to put out a little bit more content. So I thought, yeah, okay, this is really good. So I think at that point I had forgotten all this other more negative stuff about his tactics. And then the season kicked off and we started hoofing it long to the big fella. I thought, oh, hold on. Let's go. It's the old passing stuff. He then chucks Souček in. We did videos before the season started. 3 players, we give it the old Hammers chat razzmatazz. 3 players who you'll thrive under Lopetegui and 3 players who will struggle. Well, of course, that was it. James Ward-Prowse was going to thrive. Thomas Souček was going to be out on his arse, wasn't he? And that was that, because we were going to be passing the ball around and being Brazilian and stuff like that. We were going to be rivaling Pep Guardiola and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, I think like many people, when I was really surprised when it was basically launch it up to big old Thomas Souček up the top, long ball. I'm thinking, where's the passy business? Where's me attacking fullbacks? What the hell's going on here? At that point, I started to waver. Rob, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to me out of 10, by the way. In fact, we'll do that.
It's gone from a 10 to a 2 at the minute. Are you waiting to bump it back up?
I'm up and down. I'm roller coastering, right? So then I'm thinking, hold on, what's going on here? I didn't particularly like it. We get the win against Crystal Palace, but I'm not convinced at this point, although Wan-Bissaka gives you a little something to get excited about. But I was struggling to see the build-up to a goal. I felt our goals were scrappy. I wasn't seeing a lot of passing stuff, not the Kilman. Where Kilman set up Bowen was a really good goal. But again, it was like individual brilliance, really, from a centre-back. You can't base your tactics. Your centre back is not going to dribble out of defence every game and assist the forward, is he? Do you know what I mean? So, and then we played Bournemouth. And we were awful. And then Bournemouth should have won, didn't win. We won. So look, you're looking at it and you think, okay, well maybe we've got that winning mentality, and the fact that we'd shorn up the defence was good. But at that point, I wasn't convinced. It had to be said. So I reckon at that point, I'm probably at a 5. But my confidence, my pecker has been perked up, Rob, because I was pleased with what I saw against Manchester City, ironically, when we lost. So it's looking. I'll give you my number at the end of the video once Geo's had his chance to speak. But yeah, that's what I think.
Why are you waiting for me to speak? I don't want to influence your mark.
Well, I've got my mark. My mark's already in my head. Look, if I've not completed my move to this section of the cave yet, if I'm on my whiteboard next to me, I'll do it.
It's on a. He's going to give a 6 anyway. We can tell by what he's saying. It's a 6, maybe a 7. It's no higher than a 7 and no lower than a 6. So he's in there. See, look, he's playing with his head now. I find it difficult to put a mark to it because there's different categories for Lopetegui. So are you referring to just results? Then I'll give you a 7. Yeah, I think he'll pull in the results. I think it will be top half the table this season. With a bit of luck, maybe challenging for European football. In terms of style, a 4, maybe. Well, I can only go on what I've seen, right? And I didn't watch Lopetegui's, to be fair, I was say Real Madrid. It's probably a good thing I didn't because they weren't very good. But I haven't seen Lopetegui much pre-Wolves and a bit of European competition. Sevilla, now that was very impressive what he did, but that was just part of what he did at Sevilla. So my opinion on him isn't fair in the sense that it's in patches. And then Wolves, he did well results-wise, but I wasn't particularly blown away with how Wolves played football. So when we were linked to Lopetegui, I didn't want him. Now, I wasn't quite signing the petition, right? I wasn't that far, but I certainly didn't want him. I remember joking, saying he's away to AC Milan. Phew, I thought he was going to come to us. And then Uno card got played by David Sullivan and he rocks up at the London Stadium. So I can't pretend I did not say those things. Well, actually, you know, I've always been a fan of him. I haven't been. But I'm able to clean slate stuff to some extent. And I've done that with a lot. Right, okay, do you know what you've done at Wolves and that? I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to just put it in the cupboard and shut it and pretend it doesn't exist, if you like. And I'm going to judge you only on what you do at West Ham because you're the West Ham manager now. I don't really care what you've done at Wolves. My opinion of Lopetegui pre-West Ham manager, that's formed by what he did at Wolves because that's all I've got to go on. But Lopetegui today, I'm going to form it on what I've seen. And that's only 4 games. Yeah. But there is an element of what he's previously done coming into this, which is I don't think the football is going to be exciting. I think it might become effective. But he's a very pragmatic manager. He's defensively, usually, his teams are quite good. You know, when he was at Sevilla, I could be wrong, but when he was at Sevilla that season, they had the best defense in the league, better than Atletico Madrid with Simone in charge, right? So he knows how to set up a defense. Good for results. Sometimes bad for lack of entertainment, if you like. In possession base, well, this is funny, isn't it? Because what do you mean by that? Well, I'll tell you what Lopetegui's possession is: knocking around at the back and in midfield and keeping the ball in safe areas. That is technically possession based. No one told you were going to get it in and around the opposition's 18-yarder. Someone says possession based. You have to make your own mind up what that actually means. I think you just, unfortunately, fell for...
I think I did. I did do that. I did do that. That's true.
I think you thought, wow, we're going to be passing our way through teams and tapping into back the net. I love a bit of possession football. That's not quite what I think anyone was really referring to. But our chance creation thus far has been pretty... It's been very low. There hasn't been many opportunities created in open play by us. So I say 4, but I'm hoping that will change. You know, it's confidence is built on evidence. At the minute, I've got 4 games, and 3 of them I didn't like. And the one I did, we got beat. So, so there's not loads to go off the back of. However, listen, I've said numerous times, and I'll say it again for those at the back, I ain't forming an overall opinion of Lopetegui until about 20 games into the season. Christmas time is when I'll say, right, now we've got a bit of an idea what we can expect from him. Even he doesn't know his best 11 yet. Never mind us fans, no West Ham, but he doesn't know his best 11. We're seeing it drip fed, I think, but I still think there's a Tadibo to come into the team. We haven't got Solar to sit on the bench all season, so how is he going to accommodate him? What's the situation with the striker? Because I struggle to believe that we spent 25 million on Fulkrug with the intention of playing Antonio as the striker. So, well, I'm waiting to see. So at the minute, my confidence, results 7. I think he will bring the results. I think we'll have a good season. I think we might challenge for European spots. That is a good season. And we might become competitive in the cups, and we might target a cup, which is good. I like that mentality. I'd give him an 8 in terms of how confident am I Lopetegui will try and win a trophy. I'll give him an 8 out of 10.
Am I writing this down and doing an aggregate score or what? Because
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say.
A lot of numbers out here.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know what when you say how confident are you Lopetegui will have us flying. What does that mean? Is it results then a 7?
I didn't say it. Rob said it. I've not asked anything.
I want clarification from what do you interpret it as? Well, actually, no point asking you. Someone says possession football, and you think it's getting passed into the back of the net.
Gets in.
So I'll give as a mark. I'll give a 6. It's a soft 6.
Soft 6.
Yeah, I think
6.
Yeah, I'm okay with him. He's here now. There's nothing we can do about it. And I hope we continue to see improvements in the team. But am I confident? A bit more, but it's largely based on half an hour against Manchester City.
Yeah, I know. I might thumb in a soft 6 myself, quite frankly, because
well, you had a spiffy 6 during pre-season.
I just don't need a thumb, but it's yeah, I don't know. I'm still making up my mind on him. Really, I mean, the way he says the word club, he'd get a 10, but it's not. There's other factors to consider. So I need to see more. I'm hoping to see some signs of what we're going to get. I say encouragement. I've seen signs of encouragement. I'll give the way we played against Man City and the fact that look, Man City put 3 goals past us, but I'm in little doubt that he has already improved last season's defence. I think I will see more clean sheets this season. There's no way that anyone could have said that last season. You might have said it. You might have said we're going to see more clean sheets this season, but you wouldn't have given me any money, right? You would not have bet me 50 quid on it, right? Let's say that, right? I think we will see more clean sheets this season, and so I think that's the defense is something to look forward to. If you look forward to it, it's a plus point, and I think certainly some of the things we saw. I mean, the first 4 minutes against Manchester City were scintillating. Quite frankly, that's the stuff. That's what I've been promised. Not that anyone promised to me. That's what I read into it. That's how I interpreted the stuff that everybody was saying. Look, I've got to say, I'm not that bothered. I'm not bothered for tippy-tappy football, right? I'm not bothered by it. I prefer attacking 5 or 6 moves. I just would like to see that we are capable of it. That's what I'm saying. So more of a string to the bow. I think if all you're doing is launching it long, then you got a problem. It did seem that seemed to be the main basis of our attack, and I don't want to see too much of that really. But yeah, I want to see signs in October of identity. That's what I want to see. I want to start seeing an identity so I know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing at the moment. I think it's long ball, but then he sort of switched it a little bit. I think he likes Souček. I thought that's it. Souček's in the team to stay in. It seems he's probably not. I don't know. At the moment, I need 10, 15 games to get me teeth into it and have a look. Did Rob let us know what he thought?
Pardon?
Did Rob let us know what he thought? Or did he just stirred the pot, did he?
No, he just threw his hand grenade in there and left.
Right, Rob. Well, we'd like to know what you think, Rob.
Well, everybody else can get involved as well in the comments because I'm intrigued by this. Like I said, overall 6, but I think it's hard because I think you can't evaluate a manager in just one way. Well, I guess you can. If you're Man City, have you won the league? That's the thing. You need to win the league. But do you know something? If Man City were to get a manager in that won the league, but actually football was crap, I don't think they'd be happy. They say, actually, this is the results are fine, but this isn't enjoyable. And this is the point we're making when we had David Moyes, which was, I know people are going to take this out of context, fine, but by and large, I didn't have too many issues with the results under David Moyes. Now, obviously, last season it went out a little bit bonkers, the amount of goals we're conceding, but generally, in terms of league finishes, finishing 6th, finishing 7th, Then we finished in the bottom half table. We won a trophy. If Lopetegui gave me those results, I'd be delighted. You know, if you said to me, right, we're going to finish 6th this season, 7th next season, 3rd season, we're going to finish 14th, but we're going to win a trophy. And yes, please, I'll have that. I'm biting your hands off for that. So results-wise, big picture, under Moyes, I was okay with it. I was actually scrap that. I was happy with it. That I consider that to be a success results-wise. However, the football started off really good and just continued to go downhill until it was in just the pits of hell last season, where it was just, even when we won, it was boring. So I want more than just results, and I am going to be greedy because we're a rich football club. We're a huge football club. We spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's not entitled to ask for more. That you spend 150 million, I think it's fair to expect an improvement in the play and to just mirror the result. I'm not even asking Lopetegui to beat what David Moyes did results-wise. If he could just match what David Moyes did results-wise, but improve the football, integrate the academy, I'd be very happy with that. I'm just not confident you can. It's a difficult job, though.
So improve the football, win a trophy, improve the academy, but apart from that,
and match the results of David Moyes.
And match the results of David Moyes. Yeah. Anyway, listen, I'm gonna have to wrap this up, Geo, quite frankly, because I've got one bar left on me what's it there. Before we go, if you want to see more of this nonsense, or it's going to be soon to be hear more of this nonsense because the camera's going to cut out, then come over and join us on Patreon. It really is the best way that you can help support us at Hammers Chat. We've got a 7-day free trial at the moment, and basically patrons out our 3rd Hammers Chat channel. We've got loads and loads of content going up there all the time. The cheapest tier is £3.60, which, if you calculate it, that's 360 penny sweets. I'd do something from Geo's meal deal, quite frankly. Loads and loads of podcasts. We've got giveaways, ticket giveaways. We give away shirts. We give away books. We give away our unwanted opinions. You could, if you want some more analytical stuff, we got all of that stuff going over there as well. Breakfast shows, build-up shows, shows where we don't even talk about football, when some of us can rant for ages about a Biscoff biscuit. And more besides, and people in high-vis jackets, by the way. Thanks for tuning in. Links in the description below. Patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Cheers, Geo, and thank you, Naughty Rob.